listed your attendance area school now depending on where it was. And just like I mentioned to the last parent, if you would like me to look further into your specific application to see what happened, please feel free to send me an email. But the short and sweet answer to your question is yes, we did take into consideration your
But
attendance area.
yeah,
So
but the
for any
school's code
further
is
detailed question you have regarding your application, I'd totally be happy to look at it further. But just out of respect for everyone here, I will ask if you please send me an email, or you
so if
can create
someone lives more close to the school's location, say example the next block, and if we live 3 blocks away, then they would get more preference.
again, I would need to look at the addresses to see. So please go ahead and email me, okay? And then I'll take a look at that one for
All
you.
right.
It's no
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you for your patience. Perfect. So just looking at the chat, some of these are a little bit more personalized. I will definitely answer them for you. Please, if you give me just one moment, I'm going to go through the next section for the families, and then I'll stop again to answer any further questions. But please know your questions are important to me, so I will get to it. Thank you. So for some main round options, just please see here that we highly recommend that if you intend to attend one of our schools for fall 2026, we ask that you kindly accept your main round assignment. So just know that if a family does not accept the assignment, no space will be held for them at any SFUSD school. So that means that it's not going to, have a higher advantage because, oh, we see this student doesn't have a school now. We should put them higher on the wait list so that way they'll have a school in the fall. We'll just assume that you went with other choices. And so that's why we're going to just move forward with those who are on the wait list. So please just make sure. I know right now it is, a highly frustrating and emotional time because you did the process, you applied on time, you received your letter. It's not what you were looking for. Totally understand that. Please don't decline just out of anger or frustration. I know that some schools are holding tours. You can come and talk with us. I know some of you, are wondering what happened, in this whole process. So happy to, again, my information is pinned in the chat. Reach out to me. We can figure out if this assignment could work for you, if we're just creative with it. So if you definitely know that you're not going to be attending one of our schools in the fall, though, please go ahead and decline your assignment as soon as possible. That way we can move on and give this space to another family that's on the wait list. So I know it's kind of like you just said not to do it, but if there's just, no way that you're going to be able to make it to the school, or if it's something like, you're moving now, so you're not going to be attending school with us in the fall, please go ahead and decline, and then we'll move on from there. So the question that has come up is who needs to accept or decline? If you attended the workshop that I did in the fall, many times I was telling you, please read your own assignment letter. This is because each of the letters are different. So for those who are current students with us, you were automatically enrolled at your assigned school. So you're done. You don't need to do anything unless you want to decline your assignment. But if you're one of our current students in TK, or if you're like 5th to 6th, or you're applying for 9th grade, we've went ahead and accepted your assignment for you. But for my non-San Francisco Unified School District students, you will need to accept or decline your assignment by March the 26th. So please keep that in mind. If we don't hear from you, we'll have assumed that you went with other options, and we're going to go ahead and automatically decline your assignment if we didn't hear from you. So please make sure that you use one of the steps that's on the right-hand side of your screen to accept or decline by March 26th, either through parent view, in person, or by email.
I have a quick question about that really quick.
Go ahead, Sonia.
Just to clarify, you said that if our child is already enrolled in SFUSD school, my son goes to preschool, he's there, we don't have to do anything to keep our assignment? Like I don't have to even click accept?
You need to click accept. Yeah,
I do need to click accept. I thought you said it was automatic. Sorry, I got mixed
TK
up.
and up, not pre-K.
TK and up. Okay,
Yeah,
got it. So I need to accept. Okay, got it.
Yes, please. Thank you. Awesome. So, piggybacking off of Sonia, about how to accept or decline when you're in parent view, this is what the screen will look like. So if you would like to screenshot this gives the instructions on how you can go ahead and accept or decline your school offer. There is a video on our website if you need like further step-by-step instructions. But if you get stuck, please feel free to call or email me or set up an appointment, and I can also help you as well.
I'm sorry to interrupt. In that light, our child, if they're on a waiting list and they're under open enrollment, there's no menu to be able to actually accept or decline. We just have a letter there. So there's actually no location to do that.
There is. If you go ahead and send me an email, I'll help you with that one.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. So we know that some students were not assigned to a preferred school. As I said earlier, we know this is stressful, but you definitely have options. Before we go into those options, though, I do want to talk about, some people are asking why didn't they get their first choice? So these are some statistics here to show you. With Lawton, for example, they have 66 seats, but they received 640 requests. So we denied almost 600 students to go to Lawton for kindergarten. Giannini, they have 378 seats. We received 1,579 applications. Over 1,000 were denied. For Lincoln, we received 2,388 applications for a little bit over 500 seats. So you can see almost 2,000 students were denied to attend Lincoln. So I know sometimes when you receive the letter, it might have felt personal, like, why didn't I get in? But this is just to show you that it's not something that's specific to your family of why you didn't get in. It's just there were more demand than there were seats.
Hi, Alicia. I just have a quick thing here. How it gets decided who gets it? Because I think all the applications get processed by the end of January. So how do you guys decide who gets what?
Yeah, sure. We'll discuss that a little bit later on in the presentation.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. BC, I see you had your hand up. Do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for hosting this as well. Got a question on the application process. We actually only selected 3 choices. I know we didn't go all the way down to 10. Did that impact, I guess, how the round selection worked? We didn't get any of our top 3 choices, and we ended up in that 3% that got none of the choices.
I see. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, the only impact that I will say that it possibly had was that if you were designated to a school, but there may have been some others that you preferred more than the designation, that's why we ask that you list as many as possible that will work for you, not just like the favorite ones, because
Right.
then at least we'll know, like, okay, these are their top 3, so this is great. We're going to try to get them into there. But for parents that maybe gave us 4, 5, and 6, they might have gotten number 5 and they're on the wait list for number 1, 2, and 3, to get in. So
Got
that's
it.
the only impact, but it wasn't anything like negative against you, like, oh, they only listed 3, so we're not even going to try. It wasn't anything like that. Yes.
Yeah, top choice is Lincoln, and you did show how impacted it is. I knew it was going to be
Yes.
impacted. Currently
Yes.
ranked at about 400 something, but that school is literally a quarter mile away.
Oh, okay.
I guess how the allocations work when you do your selection process. Part of it is the neighborhood school, right? Geographically.
Not for high school.
What were some of the
Yeah.
other factors that are in play here?
Yeah, just to answer your question, though, not for high school. So high school does not have an attendance area. So for my high school families, just if that's one of your questions, it does not impact as far as you live close by the high school. That's for the elementary. Elementary have attendance areas, but not high school. So
Got it.
yeah, just to keep that in mind. But if you would like for me to further look into your application, you can set up an appointment with me. We can talk about it.
Definitely gonna send you an email. I do have one last question that may be something on everybody else's mind as well. Right now we do have ranked in a certain order. I don't even know if it's even possible. Can you change the order at this point, and will that impact your waitlist position?
Great question. I am going to discuss that a little bit further, but since we're here and I know many probably are asking that, short and sweet, yes, you can definitely change the order, but it will not affect your wait list number. However, if you do add another wait list, so a school you didn't apply to with those top three,
Right.
then yes, you will be at the bottom of that list. For
Got it.
further questions about that, stick with me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your patience, BC. I believe Christine.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. So, okay, I got a question. So, if my daughter has her school assignment, but I want to be on a wait list for a different school and she's entering high school, how do I go about doing that?
Yep, that's what we're going to talk about with this wait list section right here. Perfect timing. Thank you for asking. Just to answer some questions in the chat, yes, I will provide the slides, not a problem. And yes, it was asking here about switching your wait list. So yes, you will be able to switch your first and third choices. The only advantage to switching them is that we know your preference. However, we're going to call you regardless if one comes up or whichever one comes up. Will we automatically get assigned to our teacher? Great question. That's actually handled by the school site. So please, make sure that you speak with the school regarding that. Christine, I'm sorry, I don't know. I was calling you earlier. I think it was another one.
Yeah.
You have your question?
Sorry, I couldn't
No, you're
unmute myself
fine.
in time.
Yeah, you're good.
So yes, my question is more in general. I picked 3 schools for my son for TK, and we got into the third choice school, and we're on a wait list for the first and second choices. How long is this wait list? Is this just for 2026 and 2027 school year, or is this like indefinite until we get a seat for like next school year or the next school year?
Great question. Thank you for asking that. So the waitlist will dissolve on September 4th. So we continue to look through September 4th. I'll go over what will happen after that, but just to short and sweet answer your question before we go into this next part. Yeah, it will stay active for the next couple of months.
Got it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I know that many are asking, where can you see the waitlist information for your student? I'll show you how to check that. We answered the question about rejecting your school assignment. If you have any further questions regarding that, please feel free to email me. And it does not help if like a family is attending the same school. It needs to be a sibling. And it has to be that the sibling is also living in the same house as the other sibling. If you have questions about that, again, my information is pinned, so please feel free to reach out to me regarding that one. I see a hand up, Cassandra. Cassandra, sorry, I think your hand is up. Okay. I'm going to go into the next part just out of respect for everyone's time. But if you, Cassandra, still have a question, I'll call on you for the next part, okay? All right. So for everyone, we're going to go into the next part of this presentation. Sort of the last part is the most important option that you have to do is the wait list. So basically, the way the waitlist works is that if your main round assignment was not your first choice, which we've heard from families this evening, you were automatically placed on waitlists for up to 3 of your higher ranked schools on your application. So just note that you can add schools or update your waitlist ranking at any time through August the 28th. So to submit these changes, we ask that you do it in parent view. It's the best way because you can track it, you can really see it, you have more control. You don't have to wait, and come in person to do this. So parent view is the more convenient way, but we love to see you. So please feel free to come down and come into our office and turn in a paper application. It's not a problem. Either way, it will get processed, but just the one where you can see it, very simply is through parent view. Please make sure that if you are, let's say, either re-ranking or let's say for one of the schools, you're number 700 on the wait list and you're like, okay, it's probably not going to happen, and you would like to remove yourself but stay on the other two because you're more comfortable with the numbers that you are at those two, please make sure that you put those two schools back on your waitlist application when you add the third one. Because if you don't do that, we'll assume that you're trying to come off of all of those wait lists and only be on the new one that you entered. So please be sure that you're very careful when you're doing the waitlist application. I know that the letter came out about 4 days ago, and if you think you made a mistake, please call or email me so that way I can go ahead and check it for you to verify that your waitlist is, accurate for what you're looking for. If you're adding a new school, also be warned that you will go to the bottom of that school's wait list. So the common question I've heard this week from families was, okay, I have my top three. However, on my, let's say, third choice, I'm number 700. I don't think it's going to happen. Is it okay, that I put the one that I had listed as number 5 in the main round onto my application and still receive the priority since I turned it in on time? The answer to that question is unfortunately no. In the workshops that we held in the fall, we were very clear that it's only your top 3 choices you will be on the wait list for. So even if it was on your list, but it was lower than your top 3, you're going to the bottom of that school's wait list. So if there's any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to clarify. And just as always, remember that you can be on up to 3 wait lists at one time. So when you're going to do your online information and you're in the online forms section, for this to work as smoothly as possible, we ask that you please accept or decline your school offer first in Parent View. By doing that, we know which school, if you want to keep or if you want to go ahead and decline what you already have. After that, you can edit your wait list by submitting a new application for the wait list if you want to reorder your choices or if you want to add another school. If you have already done this and you accidentally did the second step first, you may have received an error saying that you have a form in progress, so you're not able to accept or decline your school assignment. Please reach out to me. I'll go ahead and clear your wait list so you can go ahead and accept or decline. But the way the system is set up, the first step is please accept or decline. Then the second one would be to edit your wait list. For those who had questions in the chat about tracking your wait list, please go ahead and screenshot this page here. This will guide you into how you can track your wait list in Parent View in the student info/wait list section there. I'll leave this slide up just for a few more seconds for those who want to take a picture of it. Okay, great. If you weren't able to take a picture, not a problem. Again, as I said multiple times, reach out to me. I'll help you with it. So just note that if you receive a waitlist assignment, you will be able to choose between that assignment and your main round assignment. So please apply for schools that you prefer more than your current assignment. Waitlist offers will go out beginning on April 20th, 2026. So just note this timeline that we have. We will make waitlist offers weekly on Mondays until August the 3rd. After that, we're going to daily offers until September the 4th. So just know you'll be notified by email and text message. So if your email or phone number you think is outdated in the system, please send us an email to let us know that we need to update it so that way you're not missing our notifications. And also note that if you accept your waitlist offer, it is going to replace your current assignment. So if you decide to decline the waitlist, you can stay at your assigned school that you have. it's up to you to make the decision if you want to stay or if you would like to accept. Until August the 3rd, you will have 1 work week to reply to us and let us know if you're going to accept or decline. If you do not reply, your offer will expire on that Friday evening, and you will no longer have a guaranteed option to transfer to that school. We're going to go ahead and release the seat, in other words, to the next person on the wait list. After August the 3rd, you will have until 4:30 on the next business day to accept or decline. So I know many families are on vacation in the summertime. This may not be the first thing, that's on your priority list. But if you all want to set a reminder in your phone for August the 3rd, so that way you're like, okay, check emails, check text messages, because you're only going to have until 4:30 the next day to reply. The reason why we're doing this, if you're curious, is because last year when we did the wait list, it wasn't moving fast enough for families. And what we want to make sure is that we're at a correct speed so that as many families as possible can start school on time in August. So this is the reason why we're going to, kind of pick up the pace, as to say, in August. Okay. So again, we want to make sure, I'm going to pause. I see that there are hands up. Just give me one moment before I answer your questions, but we will get to you. Just 1 second. So another slide here that I think is best that you go ahead and screenshot is how can you respond to your wait list after April 20th when we're making those waitlist notifications. So this here will guide you by picture, step by step. So you can go ahead and respond to us if you choose to do it through Parent View. I'm going to pause here for a moment just in case those who need to screenshot this slide as well to have for reference later on. Okay. So a question that was asked earlier was, how are waitlist orders determined? So for those families, which is the majority of you, that applied by January the 30th, the waitlist order is based on the main round lottery results. So that included tiebreakers, random numbers. This will also include those who filed appeals that were granted. So these are what we're looking for the order. Families that applied after January 30th are added to the bottom of a student's of the school's wait list. And this is in order of their application received. So basically first come, first serve. Now, the thing is that we want to make clear is because many families are like, my number went up and down. Was it that you guys took someone who applied later than me and put them above me? That isn't the case. This is what it basically is looking like here. We're looking at those who applied on time. You followed the instructions. You get the priority to go into the wait list for your numbers. And then the sibling tiebreaker, these are for those who applied late. So siblings, will be moved ahead of non-siblings on the wait list. However, late sibling applicants will not be placed ahead of students who applied on time for the main round. So we do want to make that clear. If there's questions about this, or if you did apply late after January, just for the nature of this call, please email me directly or call me and we can talk about it, because most families here, I believe, applied on time. So I want to answer the questions pertaining to them. These are some waitlist exceptions. So a question that I know is probably in the chat as well is it possible for a student's position on the wait list to go up or down? As I mentioned before, yes. This is due to a correction if there is approved appeal. And then if it's a new sibling assignment, meaning they applied on time, but let's say the sibling didn't get in to the school, so now they're going up ahead. So when this happens, other students, on the list may see their numbers increase or there's more students ahead of them. So this is just more of like a blanketed response of what may have happened. So that way if you're concerned about your number, it doesn't seem to be looking right, you can either call our main line, we can take a look for you and see, what's going on, or you can send us an email. And asking about the appeals process, yes, we do have an appeals process, but this is different than you may expect. These are for families who applied by January 30th and have a unique hardship. So it can't be that we live very close to the school, it's more convenient. This can't be, all of, our family has been to this school, we really want this one. It needs to be a unique hardship that's not common amongst, all of us when it comes to transportation, time, or program preference. You may submit an appeal for one school by March the 26th. And the appeal form can be found at sfusd.edu/main round. Please note that appeal decisions are final and cannot be appealed further. So if you receive an appeals denial saying we're sorry, but your hardship was not unique, it's boiling down to transportation or it's boiling down to what's closest to you, please note you can't appeal that again. So some other options that we do have is our open enrollment. So waitlist is separate from open enrollment. Open enrollment means that these particular schools have cleared their waitlist and there's still seats left. So these schools will be available on a first come, first served basis. So you can choose to participate in this beginning April the 27th through September 1st. The way I like to explain it to families is the wait list means we're contacting you to let you know a space has become available. For open enrollment, you're contacting us to see if other schools that are not on your wait list have become available. We already talked about the appeals. Just note that you'll be notified of the decision of your appeal on the week of April the 20th. So just a short recap. Actually, I'm going to take your questions before I do the recap. I'm going to keep this up in case those who need to leave. But I do want to answer your questions just in case here. So BC, is your hand up again, or was this the one from before?
I think it was the one before, but just so that I'm clear. So if she has her selection, I make her selection, and then I can do appeal through my parent view. I mean, not appeal. I can do a wait list for a different school from my parent view.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And I'll try to follow the steps. I screenshotted it. However, if I have any difficulty, I will reach out to you directly tomorrow
That's
via
perfect.
email.
Thank you. Yes, I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Richa?
Yes, hi, Alicia. So my question is, my kid has been assigned to the number 4th in my preferred list, and we are on the wait list in others. Now, as I understand that we should accept it, to stay in the SFUSD process. Now, if I don't move up in any of my wait list and I accept this school, which we don't prefer, do we we don't have any other choice after, and we have to go to school? Because I would like for my kid to stay in the preschool. He's attending preschool in SFUSD, and I would like him to stay there if we are not getting any other school on our wait list.
Yeah, that's totally your option. So if you decide to stay in preschool, your wait list will still stay active through September 4th. So that's not a problem at all. It's up to you to make the decision that's best for your family.
Okay, so I should accept it and I can later decline it, as you're saying. Okay, all right, thank you.
No problem. Thank you for your question.
I see on the note for my daughter that she was accepted, and then it says you should accept or decline it. But I don't see where we accept or decline it.
Yeah, so it's in the online forms section. If you go there and you scroll to the bottom on the left-hand side, it'll say accept or decline your main round assignment.
Online form.
Yep, top right, and it's an orange tab you'll click on.
Oh, okay.
My letter says the opposite.
Okay, what does your letter say?
It says that this is for 9th grade. If you wish to keep your school, no further action is needed. So we, under your current explanation, even though this school is not our preferred school, we have to keep it in order to be guaranteed a spot, right? So if we're going to accept that, that means we're going to accept this school and wait for a better, a higher prioritized school to have our wait list turn, right? To hear from them. So, okay, so it's similar to the last question. This letter says we don't have to do anything. We don't have to accept or reject. But then I'm hearing you should accept. And just like the previous questioner, I don't see where to accept. So
in your case, sir, because you're one of our current students, we've already accepted it for you.
Yes.
So you don't need to do anything. The only thing you would need to do is if you decide that if you guys are moving or circumstances have changed, you can go ahead and decline it, but you don't need to accept. You're good to go.
Okay, so did I hear you correctly? Because I think you answered my second question when you said you told someone else that the wait list will stay open till September 4th. Okay,
that's correct.
So we have until September 4th for an opportunity to open up for a higher position.
That's correct. You got
and
it.
once that date passes, we no longer have the option of the higher choices.
Yeah, we'll go into a different process after that. Yeah,
Okay.
You got it. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris?
So, and I have, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Chris?
Hey, Alicia, thank you so much. You did a great job tonight. Listen, why don't I just email you because I feel like I am a N of one. We can't see anything in parent view. It's been really weird. Like nothing is in there. It seems like it wants us to apply again, even though we can see that it was accepted or that it was processed.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just email you.
Yep, please do. And I'll respond. And please put your phone number in the email just in case I need to call you. It might be faster.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Chris. Have a good night. Naima?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so sorry about that. So I have a little bit of a unique situation. Basically, I wanted to know, I actually turned in my application with my first choice with, a specific school. And then I realized that I didn't put the language immersion in it. And I basically wanted to know. Oh wait, no, this isn't what it is. Sorry. I put in a revised list of what I wanted, and I was assigned the same school, but I don't know if it is the language immersion or not. Does that indicate like in the school assigned?
When you received your letter, did it say the pathway underneath the school name?
I have not received my letter.
Oh, you're one of the ones I was talking about at the beginning. Okay, please.
Yeah, I missed the beginning. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, I said there's probably some, if you didn't receive your letter, please contact me. Do you see my contact information pinned in the chat?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I know it's a unique situation because I turned in general ed and then I submitted a revised form that had like the specific language. And then, so it should say pathway on the letter, but not digitally.
It should say it on both, but let me check because there should be a reason why you didn't get the letter. So let's see. There could be a missing document or something like that. So please, either you can set up an appointment or call me tomorrow or send me an email and I'll check it out for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely. So this is my first time using Google Meets with this, so I'm not able to put the hands down so I can see the next one. So if I've answered your question, do you mind putting your hand down? That way I can see who's next. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I think it's Chris Story. Arvin?
Oh, my hand should be down. You answered my question already.
Oh,
Thank you so
okay.
much, Alicia.
Sorry.
I'm Marvin. I can.
Arvin.
So I had somebody asked this question in the chat, and then I had a question. So asked them both. Um, First, for two citywide schools, and we are not in any of the tie breaks, we had an identical waitlist number. And I was surprised that if it's random, the waitlist number was identical. So that's one question. The second one, somebody asked, how do we find out what the waitlist of the various schools so that we can, if you're going to change our waitlist from the top three saying, okay, this one is a high waitlist, I want to change it, how do I know what are the other waitlist numbers? What is the bottom of the waitlist to even know which is a better school to go for?
Yes, excellent question. About an hour ago, we received the spreadsheet from the Department of Technology. So let me put it here in the chat for everyone. Okay. So if you're looking for the waitlist numbers, I just put it in the chat. So you can go ahead and see currently as of this moment, how many are waiting. Now this may change, but this will give you an idea of what the waitlist numbers are looking like.
And on the topic of getting identical, that's just random because we got the same exact number for two citywide schools in the waitlist number.
Yeah, if you want me to check it out, feel free to go ahead and send me an email and I can look it out for you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, just real quick, I just want to answer some questions in the chat because I did say this was the way I would do after this part of the presentation. So let's see. So there was a question here about the attendance area school and does it affect who is selected from the wait list? We went over that. Regarding, where the tiebreakers stand. If you have more detailed questions about it, please reach out and we can look at your situation personally. And if you know that you're absolutely not going to attend the assigned school, please feel free to decline it. But just remember, if there's any school that you like worse than what you have, then you may want to accept it while you're trying for something higher. Do you need to accept your assignment if you're already in SFUSD and are going from elementary to middle? No, if you're already in, your letter should have said no further action is needed, only if you would like to decline. If you don't see the acceptance button on the website, please first try going to the online forms section of Parent View, please. And then from there, you might have started another form, so you're looking at something that's old. Just to troubleshoot that, if any of the families have that case, please look on the left-hand side towards the bottom. There is a little button there that says Reset Online Form. That will take you back to the online, all the online forms that are possible to submit. And then at the bottom left-hand side, you'll see Accept or Decline. So we talked about moving the waitlist numbers and how often do the waitlists get updated? We also talked about that. If you've already declined and you want to change your mind and you do want to go ahead and accept, you can do so in Parent View. Whichever one you select by March 26th, so whichever one we see there, that's the one that we're going to go with. So if you've, like before this presentation, you went ahead and declined, but now you heard that, okay, maybe you should accept, you can go back in and you can accept it. Declining now, you will not lose the place on your wait list. And so I'm going to stop there and answer some of the questions with your hands up while I keep scanning these. The next person I have here is Cassandra.
Great, Alicia. Sorry, I couldn't get myself off mute earlier. As others have said, thanks for this session here tonight. Question for you. What's the likelihood of admittance applying for 8th? We have 3 wait lists between 4 and 10. I know 8th is clearly not a common year. Where would you put odds if you were a betting person? That's my question. Thank you.
problem. To be quite honest with you, it completely depends on the school. Um, some schools, as we know, are more popular than others. But what I can do is I can put in the chat for you our historical data for waitlist that have all the grades,
Great.
including eighth grade.
Mm-hmm.
So this may help. This is like what happened last year type of thing. So this link that I just put in might help answer your question. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Cassandra. We have Shantae.
Yes, hi. Thank you so much. I have two girls, and they were both accepted in one of our top three. And so we are looking to accept, but I know you said that we could get called from some of the other wait lists that are in the top three. If we were to move um, some up, like you said, was possible that weren't in the top three, but maybe in our top 10, how likely would it be for them both to get accepted into the same school if we do that?
Yeah, honestly, like I was telling Cassandra, it depends on the school. So if you want to go ahead and send me an email with the schools that you're looking at, and then I can look at the wait list. And then what's nice about the one that I just put in the chat with the historical data, it says on there like all main round applicants were able to receive a waitlist offer. And then the other one, not all main round were not able to receive one. So that way it gives you a better idea of what it's looking like for your specific school and grade that you're applying for.
Okay, understood. Yeah, they're both one's in P3 and then the other is kindergarten. So it's different classes. So I just want to ask that just in case, I don't want to not accept this one and then we don't get them both in the same school later.
That makes total sense. Makes total sense. Yeah, just reach out to me. Let's look at it together so we can figure out what's the best strategy for you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to seeing your email, excuse me. Emily?
Yes, thank you so much for all the information. Um, Now, if we're applying for ninth grade, and our top two, the first one has a longer wait list than our second choice. So if we flipped the choices, put the second one to the first, would that give us a higher chance? Do you do? Let's do the first choice for everybody. Let's get them in. If they, then we move forward to the second choice. Is that what happens, or do we get an equal chance for the first and second at the same time?
Excellent question. Thank you for asking this. No, what happens is this. The reason why the preference that you put there is important is because when you go to accept, some of them you'll see that are lower, like your lower choices. The option is set to basically like saying, take me off of my lower choice wait list. For example, number 2, right? Let's say we call you for waitlist number 2, or we send you a text for waitlist number 2. Automatically, it's set to cancel your third choice because we've given you number 2. You can always go back in and put that no, you want to stay on the wait list for number 3 if you indeed, want to stay on it. But the way the system is designed is like, oh, we gave her second choice. She should be more happy with this than the third one. So let's go ahead and cancel her third choice so we can let someone else in that wants to, be there in that school.
Yeah.
So that's where the ranking, is important. It's not that it's going to take you off. Like I said, if you want to stay in number 3, that's totally fine. Just make sure it's set to keep. But with this case that you're stating, it's not going to give you more of an advantage that it was your number 1 versus your number 2 or anything like that. We're basically looking of just canceling so we can make these wait lists move faster than they did last year.
Yes. Another question. With the new system, I'm learning that there is a new system last year and this year, like in accepting, right? It's like minimizing to 3 rather than 5, and giving more people than their number 1 choice. Is that gonna make the wait list move slower? Or What
Good
do you think?
question. I don't have a solid answer for you because it is our first time doing 3. The goal of
Yeah.
this was to make it go faster because we found that people for their 4th and 5th choice, they didn't want it. That was on the wait
Yeah.
list. But because they had a week, to respond to us, or even sometimes 2 weeks, that
Yeah.
that was someone else's number 1. So if we would have, moved faster, someone else could have gotten in, to the school. So
Yeah.
that's why we're trying something new this year, just hearing feedback from the community, and
Yes.
we're limiting it to 3. If it works, great, we'll keep it. If not, we'll pivot and make adjustments where we need to. So
Yeah.
thank you for your patience and being part of this process.
Thank you.
If there's any other detailed questions regarding your case, feel free to email me, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. The next one we have, oops, I clicked out the chat. Okay, sorry. I have Abamayu.
Yeah, that's me. I'll spare you my first name.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. It's very helpful and really appreciate it. It is complex, so a lot of people have questions. So appreciate your patience. I think Emily asked the question I have, so I'll just confirm this. Between the 3 schools that were waitlisted for, the order, changing the order between them doesn't improve our position on the waitlist,
That's
because we're just in a queue essentially for that school. It just makes it easier for you and us in the system. But we can always add the lower ranked school back if we need to. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
correct.
and this is true for TK as well. Just want
Yes.
to confirm that
Yeah,
one.
TK through 12.
Got it. TK through 12. And then if we add a new school, so we can also keep switching around schools dynamically throughout the process. It's just that we would end up at the end of the queue.
Correct.
Okay, thank you very much, Alicia.
Absolutely. Great questions. Thank you. Just real quick, Sonia, before I go to you, because you're coming up next, I just want to answer a couple of questions in the chat real quick. It's not really a need to contact the nearby school to see if they have space on their wait list. Our department is the one that handles it, so feel free to contact us to find out if there's space. And also, if you didn't apply for the main round, yes, you can join a wait list. Please go ahead and go into Parent View and then select online forms. At the bottom right, you'll see where it says the 26-27 wait list application. Go ahead and fill that one out, list your top 3, and then you'll be able to see it in a couple of days, your wait list number. If you were sent an assignment to accept for your first choice, does that mean you are enrolled once you accept? Yes. So you need to accept or decline. In your case, if you're talking about accepting, you need to accept if it was your first choice, if you're not currently one of our students, like in transitional grades. So please, I think this is Danica, please make sure that you read your personalized letter to know what you need to do in order to secure the spot. Someone asked a question about the assignment saying central enrollment. If you're stating, or I'm sorry, if you're seeing central enrollment in Parent View, like at the top right under your student's name, that just means that for the 25-26 school year, your student is not in one of our schools. They're housed in one of what we call central enrollment. So don't look for your school assignment in that part. You're going to want to go into documents to find the letter. Now, if your letter, like the physical letter, said that you were assigned to central enrollment, please call me right away. There was a mistake. Someone was very nice. They posted the wait list. Thank you. For all of you asking here to see the total list, it has been pinned and posted. So thank you. And this is just a follow-up question that if you add a new choice and you re-add your top schools, your top 3, you're not going to the bottom of all 3. You're going to be put at the bottom of the new ones that you added, not the ones you're on before. Okay, Sonia, thank you for your patience. Go ahead with your question, please.
Sure. Yeah, thank you. I had just like 3 quick questions. Like the first, so my son is in pre-K now. He's supposed to go to kindergarten in the fall. He got his very last choice because that was our area school, but it's not in our neighborhood. It's like way far away, 40-minute bus ride. We're number 9 on the wait list for our top school, which is next to our house, and number 3 for our second choice. And he is not going to go to the one he was assigned because it's just the schedule is terrible. It doesn't work. I can't get him to school, financial stuff. Can he stay in? He will not go there. Can he stay in preschool for another year if he's supposed to go to kindergarten this fall?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said kindergarten, not TK.
No, he's supposed to go to kindergarten, but he's in preschool. He never did TK. He entered in preschool because he's a little autistic, so we kept him in this level. And I wanted to see if he could stay and still have his IEP, but is that different because he's not?
That's different. Do me a favor. If you have your pre-K counselor that you work with, the enrollment counselor that you've been doing this with, if you can CC me on the email that you would need to talk to them about, because I know they have an age cutoff. So please reach out to the worker that you've been working with early education and CC me on the email as well.
Okay, thanks. And then the other second quick question is we might be moving this summer because we're trying to find something a little quieter, but it's still in the area. Does that affect our school, like the school that we're going to? That doesn't affect now at this point?
No, not at this point. Sorry.
Okay, and then finally, if for any appeal, I have like a complicated situation that is kind of a hardship. Can I email you and then maybe hopefully get some help with that or some feedback before, hopefully?
Yeah, feel free to email me, and then just remember that the appeals are only accepted online. So we can go ahead and put it through the online portal to do it.
Okay, thank you. And thanks for your presentation. Thank you for having this.
Thank you, Sonia. Eugene?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Thank you so much for the session, by the way, just before I forget that. It's been very informative and you've been very generous with your time. Just a couple of quick questions. We're considering adding our son to adding another school to the wait list. So I understand it'll be at the bottom of the list, but we're looking at the native track for Mandarin Immersion to Start King. I think there's for all the native tracks, there's like a test and stuff like that. And how does that actually work then to try to get onto that, or is that even possible at this point in time?
Did your student already take the test or not yet?
No, we didn't. He's not native born, but he speaks like a native, and we didn't even think about it. It only recently came up because somebody talked about it. It's like, oh, we should do that. So we're considering doing that. So no, we've not done any of it. Hadn't considered before, but we think it's actually an option. So we'd just like to put it in to see if it's a possibility.
Yeah. So when you fill out the wait list, go ahead and add the Star King Mandarin Immersion as a native speaker, and then call us to schedule the test. You still will go to the bottom of the native speaker pathway of it, the cohort of it. But that list that was posted where it had, how many are waiting, and I'm sorry, yes, not only how many are waiting, but also the historical one. You may want to compare and contrast to see, if it's better to be on that wait list than the other one for the non-native.
No, I totally understand. And I was just going to ask, the list that you posted, which has the current statistics around the wait list and whatnot, is that the same as the one that had been published in previous years? I couldn't find it on the website at all when I was looking for it earlier this week.
This one is the one that's under the annual highlights for 2026.
Okay, all right. It's not the one that's updated on a weekly basis once.
No, this is this is
okay. Got it. Okay. Do you plan on publishing that later?
Yes, that was the one that I put in the chat. That's the one that came out today. And then it will update periodically, but use that one for right now because that's the most current one that we have.
Yep.
And then we'll put on the website the next time it will update.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jean. So I'm just going to pause really quick here out of respect for everyone's time because we are at a little after 6:30. So I just want to close out for those who need to leave. So just a short recap. This screen has been up here just, so that way you guys have an idea. The first thing you're going to want to do is to accept your main round offer by March the 26th. It does say accept, but it's accept or decline, whichever one you're feeling is best for you and your family. And so just remember that For your wait list, that your offer, we need you to accept or decline it within a week. So that's a business week. If you receive an offer on Monday, you have till Friday. And then remember, you can be on a maximum of 3 wait list. So if there's a 4th choice that you're also, considering, you can do open enrollment, which begins April the 27th, to see if maybe that school has cleared their wait list. And this will go through September 4th. So that way all students can participate in this process to receive an immediate enrollment to an available school. So notice that it does go through when school starts. So if we get to that point, your student is without a school, you just need for them to go somewhere at that point, please go ahead and reach out to us. So if you need to hop off, I thank you so much for coming this evening. And I'm very happy. I hope that not third person, I was able to answer some of your questions. And again, in the chat, it should be pinned at the top where you can see my contact information. So please feel free to email me, call me, or send me a calendar invite for a phone appointment if you do have any follow-up questions from here and you need to hop off. For those 8 who have your hand up, I will go ahead and answer your questions if you still would like to, but I just want to close out everyone else if you need to go. Thank you for joining me this evening. Okay, so it looks like Isha, you have a question?
Yes, hi. I have 2 very quick questions. One was the April, what was it? April 20th, right? So when the waitlist will start moving, does that mean that I don't need to check every week or every day until April 20th?
Yeah. Wait till then. That's when we'll kind of see, things start moving faster.
Okay, so there will be no change to my parent queue number until then.
Well, there may be a change with the appeals and things that come through, but the offers that are, being sent out,
Okay.
that will change. Also, another change you might see is if someone ahead of you decided to come off of the wait list and, go to another one. So you might see your number change here and there, but the most important thing is you're looking for your offer, so the offers will start April 20th through September 4th.
Okay, and then I just very quick about your spreadsheet, because I think this will help everyone. The spreadsheet you shared, it has like initial wait list length and current wait list length, and then offer made. And then for a lot of them, it seems like, numbers of offer made last year. Okay. So that's why the initial and current is the same, and offer made is from last year.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Sorry, that's right.
It's okay. It's detailed. Thank you, Isha. Perfect. The next one I have is Joy.
Oh, hi, thanks. Just a quick question. We didn't really get our top 2 choices, kind of like second year in a row. Based on like the historical stuff, it doesn't look like we're gonna waitlist our way in either. So I guess my main question is like, we're gonna still try next year, but like, is there any thought to like putting history of applying to a school into ranking for that year? Because like kind of 2 years in a row, I pretty much got the same ranking I got last year, which is basically at the end of the wait list.
So that's when you applied for TK?
No, first grade and kindergarten.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, the system is not designed to see like when you applied before to give you more of a priority. Can you send me an email of which school it is that you're looking to get into? Let me check.
It was just the Alice Fong U and CIS.
Oh, yes. Yeah, those are 2 of the hardest ones, especially CIS. Even the siblings don't get in, especially like for TK, more for kindergarten. But if you would like to send me an email, or I sent the list in the chat if you're able to see it, for the waitlist historical data and things to kind of break things down.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, good. If there's any further detail or question you have about it, I'm very happy to talk with you. And I'm very sorry that's been your experience. CIS is an excellent program. Same with Alice Fung U, and it's just so in high demand. you know, for it. So your student right now is in first grade?
Kindergarten.
He's in kindergarten. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look